Hi gorgeous seekers, I'm Anita, your sensual confidence coach.
And I'm Kelsey Evans, your inner child coach.
Today we are going to talk about why tapping into your inner power is an absolute game changer.
100%.
Yes. So when we talk about inner power, we mean loving, accepting and embracing your inner being for the person and the soul that you are, meaning you're amazing, you're beautiful, you're ugly, and you're really bad side. Kelsey, in your experience, what is tapping into your inner power really changing and doing for you?
So when basically tapping into your personal power for me is every single one of us was born with a certain set of gifts and talents and something we were meant to do in the world, not like a particular thing, but we have a certain set of gifts and talents that we're supposed to express in the world. And when we tap into those and we allow them to be expressed through us into the world, that is when we really embrace and grab hold of and tap into our personal power. And it benefits everyone. It benefits you because you're being 100% authentic, you're being true to yourself, which makes you more joyful and more joyful to be around. But it also benefits the world because you have those gifts for a reason. They're meant to be expressed. If you have a gift of art, but you decide to be a mathematician, then you're not actually using the gifts you were meant to use. Maybe you became a mathematician because your parents wanted you to be and you thought that was the right route to go down, but that isn't, you might be very successful at that, but it isn't your personal power. Your personal power is when you truly tap into those gifts that are inside and you express them fully into the world on whatever medium that might be. And what advice would you give to your client if they had a really big fear, for example, that was holding them back and stopping them from really tapping into that personal power? What advice and what steps would you give them to take in order to kind of break free from that?
Well, first I would ask them what kind of fear it is. So what are you really so scared of?
Okay.
Because a lot of times we have, let's say, fear X of something. Let's say fear of failure is the classic example. But beneath the fear of failure is actually the fear of success, which is the opposite component. And a lot of times we cover one aspect with a much deeper hidden intention behind it. Mm-hmm. So we rather keep staying small and using this as an excuse for ourselves, as opposed to just going for after what we want. And if you look at successful people, they just shoot for what they want. They don't know whether they're going to be successful or not. They just know they have to do it and they end up actually having good results. So one part, again, would be really to find out what the fear is all about, why you're having it. So, and then you will understand what the fear truly is in your case, because everyone has different fears about things. And another thing that really always works is getting completely out of your comfort zone. So doing every day something that is completely unlike you, without harming anybody, but it is something you've never done before. For example, if you are someone that usually doesn't talk to strangers, right?
Yeah.
So you just don't say hi to someone you don't know. And that's a very simple example. You start talking to strangers and just say hi, good morning, hello. Or you give compliments to people you don't know. Compliment someone for their dress, for their perfume. It seems very small at first, but again, we cannot come and do a whole tsunami in the beginning. You have to start with small steps.
Because if you're here and you want to get to here, you need to do all the steps in between.
Yes, correct. So these are those two main steps that I would recommend to begin with.
Okay.
And then obviously when it comes to tapping into your inner power as well, is really the connection between mind, body and soul. So this trinity has to always function. And a very important aspect is to always connect with yourself. Be still and enter your body, because we usually live in the past or in the future.
Yeah.
And when we are present in the moment and in our body and feeling our body, this is when you completely are connected with this inner machine of yours.
That's so true, because when you're in the moment, you don't really have a fear, because in that moment there's nothing wrong. It's only when you think about the future or the past, like maybe you feel guilty for something you've done in the past, or you're scared of what the future might bring.
Yes.
But in the present moment, you usually, when you are in the present, you're very peaceful and at peace with life and where things are, and it's a good place to kind of make decisions from. Like, not make decisions when you're anxious, thinking about the future, or depressed, thinking about the past. Just make them when you're very present and very grounded. One thing that I've noticed along my journey of tapping into my personal power is you don't always maintain the same relationships and friendships along the way. That some people aren't going to continue with you on that journey, and that's okay. And one friend of mine, actually, I not lost, but we kind of became a bit distant. The friendship changed, and when I did in a bonding process, and I tapped into my guidance, and I spoke to my guidance and asked, like, do I hold on to this friendship because it's actually hurting me now while I'm trying to hold on to it, because I feel like I'm the only one putting the energy in, or do I just let it be as it is, not as close anymore? And my guidance told me that I need to let this go in order for me to soar. So, and soar as in soar, not soar. So I think sometimes there are certain friendships, certain relationships that will drift apart, and you will have to let go of in order for you to fully tap into that personal power. Okay, so what do you think about that, about losing people along the journey, and how that affects your potential and your ability to tap into the personal power?
I think it affects people on a massive scale, to be honest, because part of human nature is to be wanted, to be accepted, respected, and loved, and especially in the circle of society that we are in our respective city better. It's really all about loving every aspect of you. It is so crucial.
So true.
It's so crucial, because the biggest reason people look at themselves, I mean, I know from myself, especially the older we get, oh, I have 2 lines more, oh no, damn, I need to do something, and my hair looks so weird today. It's like, if you count the things that you see negative first, and then the one that you see positive, you have to have a balance, and you have to really start seeing yourself for the amazing creature that you are, inside and outside.
True.
Because you're both.
Well, it's been amazing. I've had an amazing discussion today.
Likewise, love.
Yeah, and I hope our viewers have got everything they need. If you want to comment or you have any questions, please feel free to comment or send us a message. Again, this is Anita and I am Kelsey, and our names will be tagged below.
Much love. Bye.